welcome to the first on the go live stream. I thought I'd come and do this on my page since it would be useful to have it on my page for a few days. So if you don't know, I started creating these live streams. They're going on YouTube ultimately. I only have almost 20 subscribers on YouTube now, so that's a good thing. But until I have 50 subscribers on YouTube, I can't live stream. So I thought I would live stream on Facebook, and then I took the video from Facebook. Sometimes do a little bit of tweaking, and well, if tweaking means something completely different now. But yeah, I'm just walking through my local neighbourhood like you do. It's the first, I used to do this all the time, 2020, 2021, in my local town at the time. But it's my first advent out here in my new town, making a live, feeling a little weird and strange, but I thought that a nice evening walk would be good. So, and I'm walking uphill, so it is what it is. So Tell Me Tuesday. Tell Me Tuesday's aim is for people through the day to share their, well, through the whole month really, for people to share the challenges, any difficulties they're facing. And since I'm holistic in mind, a holistic therapist, a mentor, it can be anything at all. Also, I'm a mum, I'm a home educator, I'm a wife, so bring your life challenges and let's talk about them. But obviously, I only started this just over 7 days, or is it? Will this be day 14? Have I really made it through 2 weeks? Did I start on a Wednesday or a Thursday? I don't know. But that's I'm so happy about that. Just crossing the road. If you see me die, be the witnesses. So, Tell Me Tuesday's theme for this month is, what's the number one challenge that you're facing right now? And I'm currently gleaning my answers to this from Facebook, from the people I know, from mums groups, and just the energies and frequencies that I'm feeling around. And this is actually my favourite place to walk through. It's literally just a little cobbled path, but it always feels really majestic and beautiful. It's a tiny little cobbled street, and if I'm ever leaving voice notes for clients and they can hear birds tweeting, I'm probably standing under those trees there, because I don't know, it just feels really magical in that one little spot. So yeah, what are people's biggest challenges at the moment? And what I'm picking up from the energies and from people who I see and speak to, there's a lot of tiredness, there's a lot of weariness, there's a lot of worry about world events. These days, when is there not worry about world events, let's face it. And how do we navigate that? How do we navigate this crazy world that we're in right now? And do we think that maybe this tiredness that so many people have got, this tired, like, feeling completely done and exhausted with life and the world, do we think that that could be because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world? Do we think that we could be exhausted because we're subjected to all of this almost traumatic news on a day-to-day basis? And what do we do about that without sticking our heads in the sand? Because whilst I'm an advocate for turning the mainstream news off and not even having a TV, there's a point where we need to be aware of what's going on, but how do we do that and maintain our sanity, I guess? And for me, what I've practiced over the recent years is sending lots of heart, it's lots of love, it's lots of compassion and kindness and some hope. It's like every good feeling that you can possibly imagine. And like they've done studies on this that show that when people gather in meditation or in a group and send these like good vibrations, good energies out to a place, it can be a walk place, it can be a place where there's natural disaster, it can be a prison, it can be places that are notoriously full of what might be termed criminals. What they find is when this happens, there's an improvement in the situation, the place. There's almost sometimes, and I believe there has been an ending of wars when this has been done. And for me, this is what I can do anywhere, anytime, right here, right now, in my fairly cushy part of West Yorkshire. That's something that I can do for these places, because I don't actually think we can fight politics. I don't actually think we can fight the systems. I don't actually think we can change by changing party or creating a new party. I think we change by focusing our attention on the future we would like to have in a big way, by sending love to an area, by visualising an end to the war, by seeing the people around, the leaders, the world leaders, seeing them signing peace treaties. Like we see that as being we see that as being like a not possible thing, like that can't ever possibly happen. We're never going to see world leaders. We're never going to see. We're never going to see world leaders change their mind. But if that's what we project out there constantly and continually, that is what we'll see. That no world leaders will ever sign peace treaties. But if we actually got together huge groups of people and visualised the world leaders signing peace treaties, you don't have to put a face to those world leaders. They don't have to be the world leaders that we've got in power now. It's just leaders signing peace treaties, signing agreements, ending the wars. And if we did that and do that, we don't know what would happen. And at the very least, it's not going to hurt. At the very least, it's not gonna make things, because we can't do anything. We're not in the war, as in we're not in the country. There are things that maybe we can do. To say we wouldn't get political, we're not going to get political. But just look at where your money's going when you spend your money. Look at where you put in your money when you pay anything at all, like from a bill to a tax dollar to a food shop. Look where you're spending your money and consider where that's going and who you want to fund and who you want to support with your money. I've boycotted companies like Nestle for 16 years or more. Like, just be conscious and considerate about where your energy goes. And so then, yeah, we can do that with our money. We can watch where we spend our money. We can watch who we're funding. Don't fund war criminals.
Oh, come on.
And then have these visuals, have these times and these spaces to see the world that you would like to see, not just here in your immediate area. I'm going to flip my camera so you can see what I'm looking at shortly. But not just here in your area, there in your area, but globally. Start to actively visualise the world you'd like to see. Stop focusing on the news. Stop focusing your attention on what the news is saying. Yeah, the news is saying shit. The news is saying lots of shit. And some is true. Some is probably not quite as it's been shared. Notoriously found out that the news media is lying in what it's saying. So, yes, pay attention to things, but don't let them harvest your energy so that you're exhausted by focusing attention on it. Go in there, right, this is crap, this is not the world that I want to live in, this is not the world that I want to raise my children in. I'm going to visualise and see the world leaders, the politicians, the people who want the change, people who are creating the change, because this system is going to crumble and these systems are going to collapse. If you look at the astrology, we're in for some big upheavals and big shake-ups, massively so. It's happening, which is why there's this push to scare you all with what's in the news. So, yeah, sit in a quiet space, visualise the war-torn country, visualise leaders bringing peace to that place, and see what changes. Because we are here for the change, and it's going to happen. And if you're exhausted by the energies that are out there, that's probably one of the best things that you can do for yourself. It's focus your energy on the world that you would like to live in, and see what changes. Because at the very least, it's going to bring you a little bit more peace. At the very best, could be what changes the world. I am going to drop a link in the comments to a group I was invited to recently, a 9K meditation group. It's being done in August, I think. So I want to drop the link later when I get home. And I'll drop it on YouTube when this goes on YouTube. I'd like to see that happen. I'd like more people to see what we're capable of with our hearts and our minds. Because we're creative beings and we can change this world. From here, we can change it. So let's do it. And I'm going to just flip my camera around. Let's see where I am. So just like, this park is literally at the end of my street, and there's not many places that I've quite found yet that are peaceful, because it's a much more built up town than where I was. It's more industrial town. But sometimes it's just really lovely to be, particularly in this time of year. I do love summer evenings. Summer evenings, probably my favourite. But yeah, hope you enjoyed your little walk with me and your little talk Tell Me Tuesday. A couple more Tuesdays left of this month, so jump on a Tell Me Tuesday post and share out your biggest challenges right now. You see one coming up in your newsfeed. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.